In this episode of Star Hopping with Kissimmee Park Observatory, we'll look at the Ursa Major and Cancer regions and show you how to find these beautiful deep sky objects. Messier 81, Messier 82, and the Beehive Cluster in Cancer. All right, let's go star hopping. Hey, hello, hi, and welcome to episode 12 of Star Hopping with Kissimmee Park Observatory. I'm Dave Hearn, and I'm just tickled pink to be your host. In this series of programs, we'll show you the most beautiful sights in the night sky and explain exactly how to find them with your binoculars or your telescope. A couple of episodes ago, we talked about the second most recognizable constellation in the winter sky, Orion. This week, we're focusing on two constellations in the northeastern sky, and one of them is the number one best known constellation, Ursa Major, due to its famous asterism, the Big Dipper. So what is an asterism? It's a well-known grouping or pattern of stars that is not necessarily a formal constellation. The Big Dipper, a pattern of bright stars in the sky that many of us first learned when we were very young, is not really a constellation at all in itself. It's just a part of the much larger constellation of Ursa Major, the Great Bear. Ursa Major is a huge constellation. In fact, it's the third largest in the sky, covering 1,279 square degrees. It's only 3 square degrees short of the largest constellation of Hydra, the water snake. So at 10:30 at night, you can see the entire bowl of the Big Dipper rising above the northeastern horizon. The two bright stars that form the top line of the bowl are Merak and Dubhe, which are also known as the pole pointers. If you draw a line from Merak through Dubhe and proceed approximately 30 degrees, you'll encounter the bright star Polaris, also known as the North Star. Polaris is located in the constellation of Ursa Minor, the small bear. So if you can see the bowl of the Big Dipper in the sky, you can always use the pole pointers to find due north and Polaris. This trick has been used by sailors and navigators for thousands of years. Actually, by this time, a very large portion of Ursa Major is well up into the sky. High above the bowl of the Big Dipper lies two magnificent galaxies, Messier 81, also known as Bode's Spiral, and Messier 82, nicknamed the Cigar Galaxy. Both of these galaxies were discovered by Johann Elert Bode in 1774, and Charles Messier added them to his famous list in 1781. You can actually see these two in binoculars, but a telescope will really do the best to help you see them clearly. When you're on a hunt for any galaxy, a larger reflector will allow you to see details. I would suggest a scope with a mirror of about 8 inches or more for this particular galaxy hunt. So let's check out Messier 81 first. One of the most beautiful spiral galaxies in the sky, this deep sky object is both large and bright, shining at magnitude 6.9. This is a striking example of a grand design spiral galaxy, where the spiral arms are long and consistently curl around the galaxy core. In this image of M81 taken with the KPO reflector, you can easily see the gorgeous curving spiral arms. M81 is one of the easiest and most rewarding galaxies for amateur astronomers to find in the Northern Hemisphere. M81's closest neighbor in space is M82, but kind of like the weird guy that lives down the street. This galaxy is very odd looking and is one of the most mysterious galaxies in the sky. There's an unknown object in the core of M82 that is generating really odd radio emissions that radio astronomers are continuing to study. M82 was originally thought to be an irregular galaxy, one that doesn't really have a distinct regular shape like you would see in a spiral or an elliptical galaxy. Recently, astronomers have discovered faint spiral arms far out from the core. M82 is also considered a starburst galaxy in that astronomers see a very large amount of new star formation. This is probably caused by the gravitational forces from its larger neighbor, M81. In January 2014, a supernova, which is a massively huge stellar explosion, was seen in M82. You can see the supernova in this image from KPO. These two amazing galaxies lie less than a degree apart in the sky, so once you've found them, then you get a double reward. However, the star hop is a difficult one. Most of the stars we'll be hopping over are between 5th and 6th magnitude. So are you ready for a challenge? Let's go. So let's start on the bright 1st magnitude star that we just discussed, Doobie. Move about 3 degrees to the upper left to 5th magnitude 38 Ursa Majoris. Now move about 4 degrees to a pair of 5th magnitude stars, where the one on the left is the brighter of the two. Now move roughly 2 degrees to the upper right to 6th magnitude EN Ursa Majoris. Now about 5 degrees straight up is 4th magnitude D Ursa Majoris. Start moving in that direction, and about halfway there, you should run into one of our 2 target galaxies. If you find a large round hazy patch, it's most likely Messier 81. If you see a long narrow hazy line, you've probably found M82. They're a little less than a degree apart, as I mentioned. M81 is substantially brighter than M82 though, so it's most likely you'll spy him first. If you have a larger scope, see if you can determine which way the spiral arms are rotating, then look at the picture and see if you were right. This kind of exercise really helps you to start to recognize seed details in deep sky objects. So it's fun to move back and forth between the 2 galaxies, and if you practice this move a couple times, it'll make the location process easier for you for the next time when you get out there under the stars. Our next and last target for this episode is one of the brightest and largest open clusters in the sky, Messier 44, otherwise known as the Praesepe or the Beehive Cluster, in the faint constellation of Cancer. This cluster has been known since antiquity, first noted by the ancient Greeks. Unlike our last set of galaxy targets, the best way to see the Beehive is with your binoculars. M44 is just bright enough to see with your naked eye once you locate the square of stars in the center of Cancer. Cancer is located about 15 degrees below the bright star Polaris in Gemini, now positioned about 40 degrees up in the eastern sky. The challenge is that pretty much all the stars between Gemini and Cancer are pretty faint, but the Beehive is so obvious, it's easy enough to just scan down with your binoculars straight down from Polaris. So, starting at Castor and Pollux in Gemini, slowly scan downward about 15 degrees till you find a mass of stars located between 4 5th magnitude stars. You've located the Beehive. The interesting thing about the Beehive is there are 3 little triangles of stars within it, as seen in this image from KPO. The cluster is very large, about 1.5 degrees wide, basically the width of 3 full moons, and it contains several hundred stars. So before we sign off for this episode, we have something really exciting to share with you. Star hopping will soon be available as a podcast. So if you'd like to listen to these tutorials as you drive to work or while you're out walking or even working out, you'll be able to pipe our episodes through your earbuds. We'll be making the show available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, and possibly SoundCloud. We're targeting the podcast launch for early January, and we're planning a launch party with some neat prizes for listeners who download and rate and review the podcast on iTunes and the other podcast directories I mentioned. Stay tuned for more information. I'm really excited about it. Also, next week is Christmas. Can you believe it? Boy, the year's gone fast. We'll be traveling to be with our family over the holidays, so there won't be an episode of Star Hopping next week. Don't worry, we'll be back on New Year's Eve with our last episode of 2015. So with all that said, we'd like to wish you and yours happy holidays from all of us at Kissimmee Park Observatory. I'd also like to thank each and every one of you who's been supporting Star Hopping and KPO on Facebook and YouTube. The show continues to gain popularity, and we've doubled our YouTube subscribers since Thanksgiving. We really do appreciate all of you and look forward to bringing you more great episodes of Star Hopping in 2016. I hope you've enjoyed Star Hopping around the Milky Way. We'll continue to bring you these astronomy tutorials every week on Thursday, except next week. They'll be designed to help you find deep sky objects that are up in the sky at the time we post them to YouTube. The reason we create these videos is to help beginning amateur astronomers learn the sky and get more enjoyment out of their telescopes and astronomy in general. If you have any requests or suggestions of potential targets in the night sky that you would like to see us present, just let us know down in the comments section. If this is the first time you're checking out Star Hopping, and if you found this video useful, please consider subscribing to our channel by clicking the big yellow button down there. Click the thumbs up on the video, and please share this tutorial out to your friends who like looking at stars. Also, as I just mentioned, please feel free to leave any question or comment below, and we'll be sure to respond quickly. Also, please follow KPO on Facebook, where we post all of our astrophotos and keep everyone informed about upcoming astronomical events. We'd love to hear from you to discuss all this great stuff up in the sky. All the links to these cyber places, including our website, kpobservatory.org, can be found below in the episode notes as well. And finally, if you feel this video provides you value and you'd like to see more, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where for a couple dollars per video, you can support our efforts and let us make even more great astronomy tutorials just like this one. Well, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time on Star Hopping with Kissimmee Park Observatory.